had ramen yesterday.
Ah,
Added my own
great
stuff.
minds.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Alrighty. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Smudcast number 735. Berserk Rant, another one. How to make an antagonist by some European chick. Now, we covered her before. We were not that impressed. And it was kind of hard to watch.
That's kind of an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, she isn't stupid. I'll give her that. She's not a dumb person, but she's missing. Sorry?
I don't know, because she didn't say anything.
Well, she had a good idea.
In order to come across as not stupid, you have to actually say something.
That's intelligent.
She said nothing.
Well, she's had a premise and she stuck with it, but it was a very limited in scope idea.
She had emotions.
That was after. Like, her idea was you have a premise and you stick to the premise, you have the plot, follow the premise, and to her that is it. That's a story. And I'm like, that's okay, but that's like saying a human being is a skeleton. And obviously there's a lot more involved in writing. You can't just have a skeleton. You need some meat in the bones. You need a soul. You need some intelligence. You need some feeling.
I'd say it's worse. I think with your metaphor, it's rather that she said a human is a spine.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I would use that as an analogy when I talk about plot as well. I do that. So anyway.
Yeah, but it's not just a spine. There's not even there's no toes.
Okay. Anyway, this little video of hers, let me see, came out 2 months ago, has 1.1 thousand views, and it's another. I don't know why she's ranting about Berserk so much. There's lots to say about Berserk, but why you'd be offended or think it's bad in a rant is not the way to go about it, because there's so much in Berserk. There's so many stories and so many characters that you would have to filter it, figure out, organize your thoughts, and get it down on paper properly. And off the cuff sort of stream of consciousness style is not the way to do it. You gotta figure it out. It's kind of like you don't just write a book report on War and Peace and call it a day. You take your time to go through all the characters and their plots and who dies and why. So anyway, this is obviously going to be about, I hope, Griffith. I could be wrong. It's only 13 minutes, so it won't take too long. And if it's just one note, if she just has one point, I'll probably get bored, because she did the same thing previous video. So.
Then we have to really wonder what she's doing on her channel, because it's full of Berserk videos.
Clips, per se.
Well, and if she's not saying anything in them, then what the hell? How do 1,000 people watch this?
She's a streamer, and all she does is just upload clips.
Just eat, sleep, ASMR, all that boring shit.
Oh,
but I did preview this video before, so she talks a bit about Griffith and then talks more about Chainsaw Man as well. But I can't remember anything from the video, so that's how good it was.
This is one of those YouTubers that people have running in the background and have on mute all the time.
Like Aiden Paladin, yeah.
What? I like Aiden. I haven't watched her videos in a long while, but I like her.
Yeah, if only we could have her.
Yeah.
Should I ask her?
No. We only let women here once.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Once a year.
Well, we got 13 minutes to go. I think we're all set. Is the volume okay for you guys? I think
we'll see.
All right. And we got a super chat already. All right, that's a strange thing, but thank you, Vladimir. I'm here to inform you that the U.S. Senate floor has a candy desk filled with candy at all times. I did not know that. I thought that was a clerk thing. You have to call your clerk, and he'll go buy you candy, and he'll come back with candy. But an entire desk? Wow.
Why?
Because they have pedophiles. That's why.
It's America. You got to get your fructose concentrate somehow every day. Coca-Cola or candy. It's one of those two. All right.
What a silly country.
Yeah, but we love them, or else they'll kill us. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We love you, United States.
You're the land of the crazy.
Fucked.
Anyway, 13 minutes. Here we go.
I like all the characters because they are either funny or fulfill their roles, like
Oh
the
my God,
purpose
that
within
makeup.
the story
I
fantastically.
like her hair.
Or just lovable characters. They're just all lovely. Like even Makima, who's not lovely at all. I love her too. I
Of
love
course you
her
love her.
as well as a character. Because I think... Wait.
Whoever told women that makeup is a good idea?
Well,
Okay. Because I think she's such a good antagonist. Such a good idea. And you also feel bad for her too. Like, she is such a disgusting person.
People-
But you also can't hate her. I mean, if you hate her, then stay the fuck away from me.
I love that techno.
But she's like Griffith.
What's she talking about?
But she's so Makima is basically the antagonist of Chainsaw Man's first
First
part.
part.
I don't know like how does Chainsaw Man the manga like separate those two, but like basically this is the first story's antagonist, and she's not wrong. Like she's kind of like similar to Griffith, that like she's insane. Like she's not a bad character, but at the same time, it's kind of like Griffith made a very conscious choice about killing off every single one of his men. Makima has like a more noble goal to secure that the world is safe, but her methods are just as egregious as Griffith's. So I wouldn't
The only
say
way
that
to
like she's a good character, as in like she is likable, as like I can like a villain, but at the same time it's like not there's nothing admirable about that character.
Your goal doesn't matter if your path is shit.
The only way
Exactly.
to prevent someone like her is you prevent them from becoming like that in the first place.
And the manga has a solution for that, thankfully. So
By
yeah.
preventing
Does it
her from
involve-
becoming like it.
Does
She's
it involve?
she's one of those godlike characters in the story who just cannot
Yes.
die, and
oh well, yeah,
Yeah.
about that.
There's a trick to it.
I know.
So the solution does not involve a guillotine.
No, but
It's better.
it's
Just hope you have the appetite.
yeah. No, the story itself, Chainsaw Man, is extreme. So you have to have characters like that can withstand these ideas of violence, and she's one of those beings. So it's natural to have that in a story like that. And you could call her a villain friend, a friendly villain or whatever. So there's lots of nuance to her, but it's mostly about her mystery. Like, how is she like this, and what does she do, and how old is she, and all this jazz. So that's fine. But you don't have to like her. There's nothing wrong with like disliking that element, because there's always, like, even in other stories that have these godlike characters, you don't have to like them. That's silly. You don't have to like, oh, I love Gojo Sensei from Ichukaisen. Like, I don't need to like him. He's kind of this silly godlike character. And you're like, do I really want to see a godlike character wipe everyone out instantly? Like, not really. It's not that
Yeah,
bad.
so like I have the like the Fist of the North Star villains, like some of them, like Salta. Like he pretty much like tortured children and put them into slave labor as well. But at the same time, like there's like a tragic part of that character as well, and like a backstory that like helps like elevate him as a character that like is likable, but at the same time like he's irredeemable, and like he gets like what is coming to him. But at the same time, it's like very likable, like how evil can someone be, or how twisted a character can become because of the circumstances, because of the destiny that he was embarked on.
Okay. Someone in the chat says the video is a bit too loud.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me turn it down. Not a problem.
Too loud, too much
Sounds
women.
like it sounds like she's eating the mic, but unfortunately,
Okay.
the mic is barely even near her, and she manages to somehow eat it.
All right. Here is the Inscissorable Woman. All right. I feel like if a woman is on any sort of SSRIs, she should be legally banned from discussing Berserk. All right. Anyway, this lady is
Okay.
like Maggie. If instead, okay, that's pushy.
Hey,
If
hey.
instead of
We-
being-
there's only one place for Maggie, okay? And it's not hell.
if instead of being an annoying theater kid, I don't know, is she a theater kid? She's an annoying English literature kid. I don't know, is she? I have no clue. One who failed English literature. Okay, maybe English as a second language. I think that's a lot of people in Europe. That's fair.
Who's he talking about? Because she's Austrian.
She is.
Yeah,
Berserk
she's
is not
Austrian.
English
Like,
literature.
No, I thought this person.
I want to play devil's advocate, but like her accent is pretty good for an Austrian.
Yeah, but Berserk is not English literature.
I don't even know what was the original question.
I don't remember.
What were we talking about?
Help.
Who made that super chat? Vigo chat?
I'll read another.
Is that me?
Let's just keep going. Okay, we're gonna be lost if we keep going back.
Yeah. Like,
Anyway,
did Mike make a super chat again?
anyway, Vladimir one more. Smut is jealous that Parliament doesn't have a candy desk. Only a guy who doesn't know how many times he's done blackface. I would take a desk full of poison over a person who's forgotten his racist backgrounds. Yeah, it's kind of sad.
But look, Smut can't be jealous of the candy desk because Canadian Parliament has the holy mace without which Parliament cannot commence. And I think the holy mace should be used more often.
Well, we also have Vachon cakes from Quebec, and
Bless you.
America does not have those. And as soon as you guys have ever come to Montreal or even
Is
Ontario,
that some kind of cheese?
no,
Sounded like biscuits.
they do have a variety of cakes that aren't healthy. They'll probably kill you and cut off your life by several years. But you'll be like, oh, this is pure joy in my mouth. I am a child again for 5-10 minutes. Then the sugar rush hits you and you fall asleep.
So this is the thing that prevents the Americans to invade Canada. I see.
Honestly, guys,
You're well prepared.
I'm going to ship you a bunch of cakes from Montreal, and you're going to be like, oh, this is why Smut is so happy. I get it. It makes perfect sense now. Oh, they're amazing. And there's a flavor for everything. There's strawberry, there's coconut, you got chocolate, you got vanilla, you got pineapple. There's amazing cakes. Anyway, let us continue.
Where you hate him, but you also understand why he chose the eclipse.
No.
Like, I don't think I would have.
Yes, I understand like the motivation behind the character, like why choosing like something as extreme as the eclipse, but at the same time, it's like that's why we can hate the character. Like Griffith is an excellent character, like one of the best villains in manga, but it's still like hateable. Like every time I see fucking Griffith standing with his proud demeanor, and then like Guts has to suffer and all the people around him because of his actions. It just makes me more hyped to see this character fall finally.
Yeah.
After how many years was the eclipse? Like 96 or 97. That was like almost 3 decades ago.
Yeah, it's impressive. I'm reading a book or a manga that is doing a Falconia Griffith scenario. And it's like, oh, this is like Berserk. I'm reading another Berserk scenario. It's so influential that we're still seeing stories about him that are influenced by him for such a long time ago. So, yeah, no, he's definitely an influential character in the story and by pretty much all of manga. The same way you talk about Dragon Ball or any of the other big names, people are paying attention to why it's working. So, yeah, it is a good character.
I logically understand why he does what he does, but what he does is wrong and bad and evil.
Yeah. And I think that's why we like them, not because they're good, but because they're done well as an evil villain. Right?
Yeah. The way she went about it with you kind of understand it. Like it sounds like she's not talking about the logic of Griffith, but like emotional agreement.
Yeah, it's a weird one because no one would ever go, oh, wait, I'm going to kill my friends and rape my lieutenant and, oh, yeah.
It would.
That kind of sounds like the guy that we just debated like a while ago, like Cyclid or whatever.
Yeah,
was his name.
He would.
And
Griffith is his hero.
But we were more like listening to him, yes. But
speaking of which, something I dropped in suggestions. We'll check that later.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
At least we'll have something to do.
Oh. No. Hey. Anywho,
Oh, God.
I agree. He is a interesting character. This is true. Okay.
Anything different except the rape? I don't know why he raped.
Oh,
So you don't
killing off
understand
every
Griffith.
single
you
one of
don't
them
know.
was okay, but like the rape is where I draw the line.
Killing your entire
Killing
company.
all the men brutally, horribly. That is fine. That is understandable. But raping the woman?
Hey
Oh.
guys, do you remember like that awful Joker comic? Like it was like on Twitter a while ago. Like it was a still from the comic book, and basically like Joker was saying that like, hey, I may be a crazy murderer, but supporting the Nazis, that's where I draw the line. I was paraphrasing, but basically that was like the. Look.
Nah, Joker would probably do it in secret. He'd find a way.
Well, no, he's very American, and he just wants to cause random chaos as best he can, not organized chaos. I don't think that's his method.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that name has been taken already.
Bringing about such a force would be something for Batman to do, so he might just do that.
Ooh, he's doing it all for the bats.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Hey,
still
look, Batman!
convinced
I
that
brought
like
you
in some
Nazis
way.
and commies. Let's sort it out,
So
Batman.
so butchering your friends, that's good, but raping a girl, that's where I draw the line. It's like, oh,
That's where that's enough. Yeah,
Right.
I'm still convinced that like Miura was like purposely making like one of the panels look like Batman when Gus was wearing the armor. Like he even
No,
has those little ears.
I thought
Yeah.
it was when Griffith was gliding across,
there's a lot of spooky scenes of them jumping up around and fighting each other. So it's all wonderful imagery.
Yeah. So what we see here is a perfect example specimen of a woman who only empathizes with other women, and men just can go die horribly.
Or like Pippin's case, torn in half. Or I don't know, which half do you want of him? The better half or the lower half?
Well, they both halves died horribly.
Okay.
Fair enough.
They all died. That's the whole point. Everyone got killed. Okay.
Oh, why he? Anyway,
Uh huh.
that just
Right.
made him even more disgusting, even more hateable. So
Oh, I wonder why. I wonder why we need to hate Griffin.
Yeah, I remember Miura was saying, what would make Guts angry? Like, you can't just kill his parents. You can't just do this. You have to really like push the bar.
Yeah, that's like very like widespread thing for the parents stuff for Guts. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. What parents?
Yeah.
The band is his family.
Yeah, no, that's what he was like. What would cause someone to be that angry to seek revenge? And he had to figure that out. And he was planning this horrific scenario to get.
He gave himself 6 years to figure it out.
Yeah, so good for Miura to do that, and it worked. So that is one of the most despicable things in the story. That starts off the majority of the story, or the focus of the story.
hate Griffith, but I love him as a character because just like Joffrey from
Joffrey.
Game of Thrones, making a character that you can hate from the bottom of your heart, like that's a skill.
Joffrey is a little brat with a Napoleon complex. That's nothing impressive. It's just I have power, meh. Yeah, you hate him.
like Ridley Scott Napoleon or real Napoleon.
That's nothing. I mean, everyone hates him because there's nothing there. He's just a little brat. With Griffith, you hate him because he's so everything for so long, and he's so focused. And all of a sudden, he goes, "No, I'm gonna do my own thing. See you guys. To hell with it. I don't care who you are." And you're like, "What? You're our hero, dude. You've got problems, but you can fix those." And nope, I have the power now. You're, oh my god. So
Yeah.
there's something there with Griffith.
Griffith is a slow-moving, planning, scheming competent villain. Joffrey is not competent. There are a lot of words to describe Joffrey, but competent is not one of them.
Yeah, the level of hatred and revulsion, I don't know what to call it, in comparison to Griffith is very different. I wouldn't even see as Joffrey as some well-written character. He's just one note.
It was just a little sadistic psycho kid.
He's a psycho. Yeah, he's a straight-up psycho who's given power, and that's like, oh, whoop-de-doo.
Griffith is like your typical, well, not typical, but like super intelligent narcissist that you just goes wild the moment when he loses power.
Yeah, I think narcissist is the best descriptor to explain his behavior, his quest for power, it doesn't matter he could want a birthday cake. It doesn't really matter what his goal is. It's how he goes about getting it and how he uses people to get whatever he wants for whatever reason. Like that's like he'll figure that out. He's smart.
He uses and discards them, and the moment he loses control, that is when he goes apeshit. And he's so good at keeping control that it so rarely happens.
Yeah, like I think I saw an excellent analysis yesterday. It was made by a doctor. I don't know in psychology or is just like a general physician or something like that. But he was making a video about Guts' trauma, and it also had a section about Griffith as well. And he just came to the very same conclusion as us, that like Griffith is narcissist and he never really had attachment to the people around him. And that just further helped Guts to have even more trauma, even though like the Gambino and all the other things that happened in his childhood were just like the source of it all.
It is. That was the one point we were trying to hammer home with that interview, and we're like, dude, you understand he killed everyone, right? If you have compassion one day,
he got manipulated
He doesn't have any, and even Griffith's expressions, his eyes are drawn exactly fitting. It's beyond narcissism. It is. I will go that far and say Griffith is antisocial. Antisocial incorporates narcissism, but it's something more. It's where there's truly no empathy for anyone or anything.
I think, like, I don't know, because like, can we really call him antisocial when he's a sociopath? Because he's really good at manipulating people.
Yeah, but that is that's the thing. Sociopath and psychopath, they're not actually clinical terms. They fall under the term antisocial, both of them. So when we colloquially use sociopath and psychopath, clinically that would be antisocial personality disorder.
There's very little difference if you want to look at the DSM between those terms.
All right, because I thought like antisocial is also like something when it's generally avoiding like human contact. But it's like
no, that is asocial.
Okay.
In German, we generally often use the word asozial. That is not antisocial, but asozial. Although that's
very close to Schnitzel.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a very large topic. We're not going to get into it, but there's lots of things we like about Griffith as a result of his ambitions and behaviors.
Absolutely. Like this is like an excellent mechanical villain.
All right, we've got Adolf Klittler again. Hey, Adolf, how's it going? Making a character you hate takes a skill. If it literally doesn't, making a character people like takes a skill, hero or villain. And then there's people the author wants you to hate, but the audience loves. Example, Patrick Bateman, Homelander, Rorschach.
Homelander.
We put an I in there, and I was just like, "What the hell?"
He's role playing.
Himmelander. Okay, Rorschach.
Heimlander.
Yeah. To make a villain is the hardest thing. Honestly, it is very difficult, and that's why I was saying about Joffrey. Like he's just a punk. He's just a little kid, and he has an ego, and he never got out of it. He remained a kid. Everything was handed to him, and he was spoiled. And as soon as he became king, he's like, I have the power now. That's it. That's all he is. There's nothing there to understand, complicate about. He's just a kid. So, writing a villain is tough, but making a likable character is not so difficult, at least in my experience. I could probably write villains better now that I spend more time on them. But I tend to go for drama more than dastardly deeds. It's how they do it, not what they do. So, yeah, and the plot is the thing to get all the audience's attention. But it usually comes down to the writer and why he's writing a villain. What am I going to say? What is this villain really trying to do? And why are we connecting the dots between the villain and the hero and the plot? That's where it works. And you have to write. I always say write for yourself. This is the easiest thing to do. Why you like bad guys. What do you want the bad guy to achieve? And how you get there is what it's all about. But I am not going to rant about that because I agree mostly with Mr. Adolf Klittler for that suggestion on why it's easy to get people to hate a character.
Absolutely. Hey, Yuri.
Momentum, or everyone.
Hey, sorry we couldn't meet up with you last week. I know we had busy stuff happening, and I was busy, and you were busy, and we're all trying to get through December.
Yay,
in one
life
piece.
happens, you know, or death. But that's okay. I'm here now. I'm seeing you're watching the quintessential video that I really wanted you to watch. And this video is the exact reason why I am no longer an advocate for free speech for everyone. Because
Wow.
not everyone should
Would
be able to
would you also
some
revoke the
things that are so
19th?
wrong. I'm sorry?
Would you also diminish the 19th Amendment?
We should. We should repeal the 19th.
I will vote for you.
Even if she's Austrian?
You can't vote anymore, Wisp. It's gone. The 19th Amendment's gone.
Well, that's just that is just not being allowed to vote. That's not that you can't be voted for.
Oh, well, maybe it's different in Germany. I don't know how that works. Anyway.
Well, you know, when you're a ghost, you know, you're allowed to vote now. That's how they did it the last time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I know. It's the same day.
No,
they did
no,
it.
no, no, no. You got to be a zombie to vote. It's not a ghost.
Hey, that's anti-corporealist.
Nice one.
All right. So you guys have watched the video, I take it?
I have, and the thing is, like, we're pretty far in so far. So she wants compelling, villains, but the example she gave from Game of Thrones is not. He's just like a sadistic type villain. Meanwhile, Griffith, like, he's almost like a twist villain, pretty much. We root for him at the beginning, and then we realize, oh, he's actually unhinged and doesn't have anyone's best interest in mind. Got it. And that's what makes him so interesting.
Yeah, Joffrey is more like the shock horror version of a comic relief.
Yeah, basically. I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but I've seen clips with this, like, unhinged character.
Believe it or not, my dad is watching it for the first time after all these years. I'm going over. I'm like, "Hey, Dad, what you watching?" That's season 5 of Game of Thrones. What? It's like, yeah,
He
it's
should
great.
stop.
I told him. I told him to stop at season 4. He likes it. So I'm like, all right, you enjoy it.
Yeah, but you should stop at season 5 then. This
Yeah.
is like the last vestige of
Something. Something was there.
My dad was addicted to Game of Thrones the first time that it came out, and he even liked season 8.
Whoa!
I kept asking him that, like, did you like this? And he said, yeah. But at the same time, like, even like The Last Jedi. So
oh yeah, just another.
that's why I moved away from home.
Oh, yeah.
Just another piece of
I just
evidence
couldn't
that
take it.
universal suffrage is a mistake.
Okay.
Not if she can vote. Oh, wait, she's British. She can't vote.
She's British? I thought she was Eastern
No, she's
European.
Austrian.
She's Austrian? Okay.
Oh, this chick
Yeah.
that we're watching, she sounds British. But at the end of the day, I'm an American. I can't tell one accent from another.
Yeah.
Like you say, like, she sounds like Shiny. You listen to British guys every day.
Well, she's some European chick, and I think Europe. I just think
You're like mad. Like he kept calling me German. Like I said, like, I don't sound
you do
German.
sound German.
And like, and I told him that
Americans-
I got like Mexican food, and then he said like, there are no Mexicans in Europe. I was like,
What?
Americans, we only know like a handful of accents. We only know British, Hispanic. They're Hispanic is all the same, by the way.
Brown.
German, and Australian. That's the Bluey
Not
accent.
even Scottish?
Scottish and Irish. I could never tell the difference
Really?
between the two.
Wow.
Same.
Oh, really?
I was,
that
I
we
was
were one of
like
them.
one time when I was going back to the airport in like Manchester, was it? And I had a Scottish taxi driver, and for like a solid 5 minutes, I didn't understand a word that he was saying.
Now,
then
how
he
did you know
slowed
it
down.
was Scottish and not Irish? How do people know between the Scottish and Irish? They sound the same.
Racism.
Well, I'm not going to give any accents off, but let's try and get through the video, listening to this young lady's opinions on.
Bad makeup?
Well, okay. Speaking to Maggie, she's doing a very good job. So, and I like her hair, so that's pretty good. Anyway,
She's not using yellow and green?
and purple
I'm
and
giving
orange.
this 3 Maggie out of 5.
3 out of 5. That's a good rating. That's a pretty good rating for Maggie. You know, she's not covering her face in petroleum products. It's amazing. Anyway, okay, let's go.
And that's a real skill. But you can also feel bad for Griffith, you know?
Really?
He's also a victim of his circumstances.
What?
It doesn't excuse what he did after.
So,
Mhm.
wait.
What are the circumstances?
don't
Like
doubt.
going to have sex to finance my army. That could be the only consequence that he got.
Yeah, I just heard. I think I just heard so much crazy that my brain shut off and I didn't hear what she said.
We can rewind that.
You
I was
feel sorry for Griffith. That's what she said. You could feel sorry for Griffith.
No?
Doesn't excuse what he did, but you could feel sorry for Griffith, right?
If you're an idiot. If you like to get into abusive relationship where you get ritually sacrificed, sure.
Free speech. Take it away.
That's kind of like the what was that Steven Universe meme that like, oh guys, he said sorry. He said sorry about
yeah.
all the things he had done.
He said the
Guys,
magic
he said
word.
sorry. We can forgive him, right? Shut the fuck up, Steven. Kill yourself, Steven.
Don't worry, this person was abused. Let's send him to another abuse.
Yeah, I feel.
Yeah, then he does
another-
a second eclipse and he said, oh, he said sorry again. We should totally give him a third chance.
This is like feeling bad that the mass murderer did the mass murdering. If only we raised him better. If only there was a mother figure. It's like, yeah, maybe. I guess that could have happened.
The victim should
Uncle
really
Ted,
forgive the mass
no.
murderer.
You know what this is reminding me of? Dear Vladimir Putin, I'm sorry I was never your mother.
Vladimir Putin's cousine.
Oh boy. All right. Well, she's already starting with the crazies, so we're 2 minutes in. So we gotta move along.
The eclipse. But it's also like, you know that you also know his tragedy, right? Because he's also a
What?
tragic character.
Really?
All of the
What
characters
tragedy?
are tragic characters.
What happened to Griffith?
In
What is the
Berserk.
tragedy of Griffith?
So, I
She'll
hate
explain.
to love
he
him
killed
and I
his
love to
children
hate
friends?
him, Griffith.
Destined to be a demon.
And same thing with Makima. She's such a good antagonist.
Why?
You feel bad for her, but you also hate her with
You
a
just
passion
said- you just
for
said
the
that
things
earlier.
she did to.
What justifies feeling bad for Makima?
She's invincible. She's immortal.
And
Manipulative.
That makes you feel bad for her?
I feel more bad for Kobani.
Because I can't remember the scene. Like it's been like a year since I read Chainsaw Man. But like Makima was basically like a power hungry bitch who
It's like, why would you
finally got like God mode at the last second and like fused with all the powers around her.
It's like, why would
Doesn't
you
she have like the
feel bad?
manipulation devil power?
Yes.
Yeah, the manipulation devil.
And that basically gives her right to all the other powers if she wills to.
I feel bad for the fucking Makima. I feel bad for the fucking scared mess. You know?
What is it with women feeling sad for complete psychopaths that have no redeeming backstory, and they just headcanoning that they somehow have, but never say what that redeeming thing actually is, or that. Well,
But clearly, women are capable of unconditional love, and men aren't.
Oh, unconditional
Right.
love.
Don't you mean unconditional infatuation?
You know what it is? It's the I can change him idea. You know what I mean?
You can change.
I can change Griffith. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just
Come
feeling
on,
you
Griffith.
bad
Rape
tonight.
me.
All of science has failed to change the psychopath, but I can do it.
Oh,
I'm sure this is different this time.
okay.
I still have one arm
Say you're
left.
sorry.
There's that crazy chick who can see the future in later parts of Berserk. Like I just can't believe like she can't see through like Griffith's like
Sonya?
mask. Yeah, Sonya. It's just like she can apparently like read minds. And can't she just read like Griffith's like dark thoughts that are clouding his judgments?
Oh, I just remembered. We're not even that deep in the video. She's gonna explain. She's gonna explain why we should be sympathetic to Griffith. Just get ready, okay? Just brace
Sorry.
yourself.
Wait.
Can I
Isn't
just
that for Sophia? That's the simp girl in his new band.
Yes.
Sonya.
Okay.
Well,
I think something's psychologically wrong with her too.
There is, yeah. Like,
And-
There's
and
lots
I
of
think there's a reason that-
wrong with
I think there
every
was-
character in Berserk.
Yeah. But I think there was some, and I'm going off by memory here. I had the feeling there was some implication that Griffith is what she could not see through.
Well, I would
that
explain because
she
like
was caught
Griffith
by
is a
his-
God Hand member. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was caught by his charm. So the charm blinds her to that, whatever that is.
well, so
It
long
could be,
as it's just not because he has so much empathy, and we're so sad to see him be
Not that again.
something else entirely unexpected, despite the empathy oozing from him at every moment. So, yeah,
Keep going.
that was an argument we heard. Anyway, let's keep going.
Oh, it's already attached.
Oh, silly me.
And to Denji and everyone else, but especially Denji. No, this is in the way. Cute. I'm happy. Honestly, if the guy I was horny for did not get the hints after so long, I would have sacrificed him as well.
Don't think
And
this
yeah,
should stay on the
anyone
stream.
is trying to say that Griffith is asexual and or he's
Here we go.
straight because he fucked the princess. He's not gay for guts, bro. The entire eclipse is a fucked up metaphor for Griffith's heartbreak. And your
Not a metaphor.
Griffith doesn't have a heart.
Wait a
The
second.
world fucking
Excuse me?
became a
You should
goddamn
feel bad.
Wow.
That's not a
So
metaphor.
I lost a friend. Let me kill everyone I ever loved or cared, supposedly cared about.
by
I
her
guess
logic,
Europe just broke Hitler's heart.
by her logic, you need to feel bad for Griffith because this is a story about a scorned gay lover.
Wait a second. Don't you remember that wonderful speech he gave at the top of the fountain where he says, a real friend is someone who goes and does their own thing and leaves me.
That's how I can see him as equal.
Yeah, and that's like the most beautiful thing to him. So if that was what happened, he can officially call Guts his true friend and parting a sweet sorrow and all that wonderful bittersweet stuff. Or I could murder everyone, and that's a analogy to my sadness or some nonsense.
Because even so, I don't think that what Griffith said there was true. But even if he believed that, if that was his actual belief, Guts could never fulfill that because Griffith wants to control everyone. And therefore, it could only work for someone he doesn't already have under control and wouldn't try to want to control for some odd reason. Guts is already in his control, and then he slips out of his hand.
Well, think
With-
about it this way.
That's
Sorry.
what broke him. He can't respect that. He can't respect Guts as a true friend because he wanted to keep the control. What broken
Yeah.
was the loss of control. That is which breaks narcissists and psychopaths.
Such a hypocrite.
So she's making it like a sexuality issue. Like, oh, like this was his story of his love and his relationship with his sexuality. Think of every time Griffith has sex. Every single time, right? He has sex with
Twice.
he had sex with that pedophile guy. He had sex with the princess, and he had sex with Casca.
And he
Not
always
a
does it
single one of
completely-
them was out of love. They were all a power grab.
He was literally
Oh.
staring at guts as he was doing the thing to Casca.
Yeah, he did that out of spite. Like he
Oh, and-
didn't care
Out of
about
spite.
like Casca.
Yeah, and in every one of these acts, the way he looks is completely dead-faced. He's going through it mechanically. He does not feel anything through these things.
But his reason for doing it each and every time was to gain some sort of power or some kind of advantage. The first one, it was for money. The second time, it was for hopefully royalty. And then the third time was to gain control over Casca and gain control over Guts through Casca by just absolutely obliterating him. That was his way of obliterating him.
Oh boy, here's a great
Every single time.
Here's a great donation from Nick Gurr. Hey, Nick Gurr.
Classic.
Hey, Nick.
The eclipse is a metaphor for heartbreak. Your Honor, my client is a woman. I do not wish to defend it. I mean, I agree that Griffith is a total faggot. Okay. But I think she and I are saying two different things. Gonna find out what buckshot tastes like. Bye. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I only need
that
to
was
offer
beautiful,
Griffith.
man.
I only need to offer Griffith my true love, and it will change him. That is basically what Sophia believes.
Like even the princess, like who has become like the queen of Falconia at this point in the story, like Griffith doesn't give a fuck. Like he just only likes the princess for appearance. So because like otherwise, like I think like he has like a plan because like she's the last remnant of the royal bloodline, which like Emperor Geiseric is part of. So like
She's there for the title.
yeah, only for the title. So like he can become king of Midland and Earth by itself as well.
Yeah, and to further understand this, to use the term psychopathy that we used before, psychopaths are not insane. Psychopaths are hyper-rational. Insanity is irrationality. And Griffith, we see this is what the scenes are for, where we see him in this chamber with all the books. He is trying to learn about the world and how everything functions on a purely cognitive level. Because he has no other level. It's only that. But being hyper-rational doesn't mean that you come to the correct conclusions, even if you have all the information. Because you're, in the end, still just a human douchebag. And this is also why his Falconia, later on, when it manifests, is this hyper-organized utopia society that is the implication that this is a control society you see in that how the roads are designed, that already have the rails for the wheels of the carriages so that you can see where they can actually go around, so that everything, that the traffic is hyper organized, and where you can cross the road, where you have these stones between like zebra crossings between the little carvings in the road, which must be horrible for old people to get across these roads. But leave that be. Great
Or they
idea
just
by
die
Mueller.
off. Nobody needs them.
Yeah, but
Needs old people.
amazing visual
They
storytelling
can
by
vote
Mueller.
next election.
I've actually eaten zebra meat. It's not bad. So anyway.
All roads lead to Falconia.
Okay.
On rails.
All right. Well, we're 3 minutes and a half. We're doing okay. Not bad.
Tracks?
Well,
I
let's
don't know
keep
what you
going.
call those.
For a dream and for your dream man, okay? And his heart did break.
Oh, boo-hoo.
It was in shambles when he lost Guts.
Oh,
That
so
was
it's
not his
about
heart
like
that broke.
losing power, but it's about like my sexual urges to
You could
pound
tell,
this 6'8" guy.
He even
Oh, yeah.
said in some pages before, I believe it was, where he even described them all having everyone in his hand. And then I think it was a
Yeah.
flashback. Where he describes all the people of the band, including Guts, having them in his hand, and things that are in his in another instance in the manga, Griffith describes that things that are in his hand will never leave it. That what is in his grasp, he decides what is in his grasp. And Guts had the audacity to decide by himself whether he'd remain in Griffith's grasp or not. And that is what broke him. That is what broke Griffith. The loss of control. It has nothing to do with any other emotion. It's not tied to people. It's tied to things, because Griffith sees people not as people, but as things.
He's
That is-
objectifying the members.
Yeah, that is what, not just psychopaths, that is already what narcissists do. We are to narcissists, we are nothing but resources. Things.
He has the
Furniture.
male gaze.
Supply from a narcissist.
Exactly.
You could tell she was basically her knowledge of storytelling was formulated by the fan fiction writing crowd. Because that's all it is. It's just the romance of Berserk, or it feels like we're not getting back to the main plot because there's too many arcs that have nothing to do with getting to Griffith.
I mean, like, yeah, it was very telling at the very beginning. I don't know if you have joined by that time. She said that, I just don't get like the hate that Griffith gets, but like, the rape, that was going too far.
In the last video we covered, she complained about the manga not being about what it was after the eclipse.
Yes.
And it was just, she said nothing of substance about the manga, which led some people here on the panel to believe that she never actually read Berserk.
Yeah.
At best, a synopsis
I
on
wouldn't doubt
Wikipedia.
I think like she had actually read the Berserk, but like you can't just like skim through like any book and just like remember like random words around like chapters.
Oh, you mean
that's kind of like the information that she got.
You mean like women read fetish books like 50
Like
Shades
how
of Grey
women-
by skimming through
that's
the
a good
pages
point.
until they read a keyword of, this is the next sex scene?
That is a good idea, because that's how some women read Lord of the Rings. Like Frodo and Sam are gay. Can't you see? Like there's this line that like Sam looks at Frodo and he says like, "Oh, I love you, Mr. Frodo."
I have seen that very thing over 10 years ago at a very, very nice party with cool people, and there was this one other friend who's dropping by every few months, and she sat there with 50 Shades of Grey. She said she's read this book 30 times now, and then the way she read it was she sat on the couch while we were having our drinks and skimming through the pages to the next scene that interested her.
Oh my
Then
God!
she read that for a
my
minute.
gosh.
She read that for a minute, and then she skipped further, like 20 pages or something. And that's how she read the book.
Wisp, you're like Elrond at Mount Doom, and like just say that like, just throw it away, destroy it. You had your chance. You could have destroyed evil at the beginning.
Throw it into the fire.
Throw it into the fire.
Things not to do at a party. Bring a book. It's a pretty good idea.
Well, it was a golf party. But I would expect better books at a golf party.
Okay.
Not this like,
But you said a golf party?
no, golf.
Oh, goth.
G-O-T-H.
I thought they were like people in like, little
And
hats.
the original German style of golf, not this weird punk emo nonsense.
So the ones that died out, yeah.
Yeah, the ones that died out. The ones that actually were versed in
Visitors.
history and poetry and all of that jazz.
Because the malls closed down.
No, when the malls opened up on this stuff, that's when the scene died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Germany.
Okay. Doc Martens and jazz. Okay. 3 minutes
God.
and 40 seconds. We're not doing so well after the past announcement of 3 minutes and a half. So. Anyway.
Go ahead, Smud.
Especially when he lost him to a woman, and he's already, not
woman.
exactly
What?
a
Who's he
feminist.
talking about now?
But how do you know? Like, because like the moment when Griffith loses his marbles is when the duel happens in that winter day, right? Like the duel happens, Guts wins, and he walks away. And like it's not because of a woman, because like Guts also leaves Casca behind. Griffith doesn't know about the relationship at all.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even give a shit. The first thing that he does is go and like have sex with the princess. Uninvited, mind you.
Yeah,
So like it has
looks
nothing to
like-
do with that. Like Casca has taken away Guts from him.
Yeah, and the way the thing with the princess unfolds seems like a rushed thing. It's not how Griffith normally acts with his plans that are well planned out, waiting for the exactly correct moment to do things. It looks like emotional compensation.
Yes.
Completely.
He lost
needs
some power,
something-
and he
needs
needs it
something
back as
positive.
fast as possible.
Yeah.
So that's
he needs
rape
power.
and minor.
Mm.
Let's go Epstein.
Oh no! Oh no!
I am always this always went into the back of my mind at some point when I read Berserk was that how well Miura understands these horrible abusive characters. That you can't learn that just from a book.
Well, she's doing a bit of headcanon to argue that Casca took Guts away and he's jealous. Like, no, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. Like a whole year needed to happen with all the torture, and then like he saw a glimpse of that just before he initiated the eclipse.
Oh yeah, before he hijacked the horse carriage.
Yeah, that's when that dirty moment happens. That like he tries to force himself on Casca, and like that's like the prototype to the things that are about to happen. But
Yeah.
Oh dear.
that was like the first glimpse that we could see that like Griffith is just like wants to have, like he really wants to show himself that like he's top, but like he just can't.
The eclipse is a reflection of many things that happened before, and a foreshadowing of what would come later. Her issue is that if she says the thing that she just said, her issue seems to be that she cannot discern between reader knowledge and character knowledge, which is something that you see in either very new or perpetually immature role players in a role playing game who have trouble distinguishing between player knowledge and character.
Well, I don't think she's
Can
ever.
you elaborate on that a bit?
Well,
Like, what does that mean?
Okay, well, the stuff that the audience knows and the stuff that the characters know are different. So the third person omniscient gives us all the information about what's inside someone's head, but you have to pay attention to what the characters are shown and told in the context they're shown and told, which is which is like just read any murder mystery and you'll be like, oh, there's nuance here. This person didn't know what this person was saying because they were in a different room. But if they did, that means they're an accomplice or they have something planned. So there's all these nuances that if you just read more complicated plots, you'd go, oh, I gotta separate what the narrative is showing me with what the character as a independent factor knows. So
I gotcha.
But that makes it even worse.
Her lines are getting crossed here, I think. Yeah, it's
She has a very amateur understanding of writing, and she's conflating like what she's thinking and feeling with how Griffith is thinking and feeling, which just makes it wrong. Like it just makes it even more
she's technically wrong. Yeah, exactly. These events did not occur.
Put any labels on anyone because sexuality is such a made-up concept.
What?
Like, you either are attracted to someone or not. You don't need to label yourself.
Man, you're opening a can of fucking Pandora's box.
Can we rewind that just for a second?
I had lag there. I didn't get that.
Also, her face right here, it's gorgeous. It's classic.
Apparently, she looks just like Aiden Paladin and her sisters.
No.
That's what she was saying.
Look,
He looks like Lindsay Ellis.
That's because Aiden can't tell what people look like in comparison to herself.
She was right, Whisp.
Aiden doesn't even have the same jaws. It's like
She sees herself. Like, come on, women look at themselves all day. That's all they do. I've been with one for 10 years. If you're telling me anything else, that's a lie.
When Aiden says that this girl looks just like her, that is the worst case of projection I have ever heard of. That sounds like hallucinating.
Okay, now
that means that like she's a humble lady.
Now I gotta see a few pictures of Aiden and her sister and see what the hell is going on. What is happening? Anyway.
I sent you the last video. It's also very interesting on the statistics about narcissism and women.
Oh well, let's go back and watch this clip one more time.
A woman, and he's already, not exactly a feminist. I wouldn't put any labels on anyone because sexuality is such a made-up concept. Like, you either are attracted to someone or not. You don't need to label yourself.
Okay, so if sexuality is a made-up concept, and then we're saying, well, there's no free will. You just like someone or not. It's like, okay, how can I have free will if the concept is made up? So someone made it up, meaning I have the choice to listen to that person or not. All right, like what is happening? Which one's correct? It's made up and we have no control, or it is made up.
All the dimorphic animals out there that are heterosexual to reproduce, that's just made up social constructs.
It's a social construct. See, this is what is a progressive slippery slope. She said something incredibly stupid that can be weaponized against absolutely anyone and everyone. And she doesn't realize that. That just demonstrates how dense she is of the story and what she's saying. She does not think through what she says before she says it. That's the problem.
She has been Tumblr
so she's a woman.
I'm just trying to go through the logic of if something is made up, that means someone is agreed upon this is the thing it should be, but then we have no control over that. And you're like, what? Why? If it's made up, I can make something else up, and everyone agrees this is the way to do it. This is why we're attracted to people, because women have longer dresses. That's really sexy, right? Fashion sense of the past decade? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, long dresses are kind of hot on women, like if you're asking me.
It's just
wink, wink.
It's just so. Maybe next year dresses go up to your knees, and no one's attracted. Women aren't attractive anymore.
Oh, we can't expose those ankles anymore. That's misogynistic. That's just
that's
pandering to the male gaze.
That's haram. Anything but the ankles.
I'm not going to quote 1984, but you get what I'm going at. Okay.
Hashtag Top G.
Okay.
We were always at war with misogyny.
I don't understand how people can be like, yeah, I'm strictly this or that. I mean, some people are. They know that they're not gonna go for anything except that category that they're absolutely convinced that they're attracted to.
Yes.
And no category, no other category. So yeah, I think sexuality is just such a made up.
Wait, you just said people are one way. They go for one thing only, and then no, it's made up.
Oh, that's because
she was making sense for like a split second.
Category of a made up category.
No, she
does
thinks
not
that
think before she speaks.
Yeah,
that's her problem.
And so she says this, or she thinks that, or she believes she thinks that. Because by her logic, those people who just go for that one thing that they believe that they're only into that, they just won't look outside and just give it a try to get bumfucked.
And it's not as if these people have tried other things or have dated other women.
By the way,
different personalities.
Dude, that is how sexual predators talk.
Oh,
I've heard flamboyant gay men pester me about, you just need to try it.
Nice.
You just haven't tried. You need to be more open-minded.
Oh, geez, you're right. I wonder with that logic if she's an advocate for conversion therapy. Because that
In what
sounds
direction?
in any direction you want.
One
To
direction.
the gay or from the gay? To the trans or from the trans?
Or fun. Exactly. So it's like, oh, it's not real. So like you can be one way or the other. So if you want to be straight, but you feel like you're gay, then just be straight. Simple. Just wake up and boom, you're straight. Good job. You did it.
I mean,
You
it's a
solved all
social
your problems.
construct, so you can just construct it away and do the other thing. It's just a choice,
It's just a choice. It's just a choice.
Oh dear. Anyway, I'm already confused, and I don't want to keep having to pause every 5 seconds because it's going to keep going. We can skip ahead. I mean, I'm okay with that.
Let's see what you guys say.
Smart, be a man.
We will not. How about for the next minute? How about for the next minute we will not interrupt?
Oh God, that's not gonna.
Okay.
No, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have like all these notes. I'll be like, what'd you say? Stop. Rewind.
Next half a minute. How about that?
30 seconds. All right.
Give or take.
Okay. 30
Okay, to the 5-minute mark.
Just a social construct.
Oh,
So
She said it.
why inhibit yourself?
I have a better
and
idea. Pause it real fast.
Inhibit others by putting arbitrary.
Say it.
Change the playback speed to 175.
Oh God.
Oh.
You sound like a chipmunk.
No, 125. 125.
What did you say? Rewind. It's too fast.
Not even 10 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
Her
ahead, say
speech
it.
is kind of slow because like she's like buffering the next sentence that she's about to
I know.
ramble.
Anyway, we'll speed it up. That's fine. I don't mind.
Mm.
1.25.
There are things about social construct. Sexuality is not one of them.
Just every time she says something with a noun, just replace it with the social construct, and it'll make you just go, oh, right, yeah, uh-huh. That's everything. Everything you're gonna say, every second sentence is social construct.
Thank you, Movie Bob.
Giga Chat said consent is just a social construct.
The
Oh,
social
no.
construct was originally created back when the social construct in some year, which was also a social construct. It's like, oh my God.
I mean, in that case, it's actually true.
Okay, well,
Kind of not making the argument of social constructs make like a good argument.
yeah, well, anyway, 440.
Go ahead.
Griffith gay. I wouldn't call him straight. I wouldn't call him nothing of that. And I don't think it's healthy to put people from whichever timeline and whichever universe, whether it's the fictional or the real one,
Okay.
or from whichever culture, into these really made-up Western 20th century
No,
labels. It's not
No.
healthy. I don't think so.
No.
So,
they're not Western. They're not 20th century.
so I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to fictional characters. I wouldn't do that to...
Okay, I'm sorry. Why can't you categorize anything? Like, what's wrong with putting things in a box? This is how we begin to understand.
They would make sense. That's why.
This is how we begin
she
logic. And
She wouldn't use Western labels, but she's currently using Western terminology. Make up your mind, woman.
I wouldn't
Isn't social construct a Western label?
Yes.
call French. I
Yeah,
guess.
made by the CIA.
Okay.
It was an inside job.
Yeah. All right. Foucault was influenced by the.
Wasn't he like an admitted pedophile?
Oh God,
Yes.
let's not go there. I just brought it up
Yeah.
for the sake of it.
Well, he
Hey,
Let's
was
look,
go.
guys,
Yeah.
5.5 minutes in.
I said nothing.
No, Smart. Don't stop.
Anyway.
Sexuality is a spectrum. Yeah, exactly. Gender, sexuality, it's all just...
No.
It really
I can attest to that. It is
made
not.
up. It's all just social construct. Like, I know someone
Oh my God.
who fucked a guy once. Like,
Whoa.
he fucked a guy once.
Smudge getting too
And
horny.
The
I said,
rapist.
wait, you're a bisexual? And he said, no, I
No,
think I'm straight.
not
I'm
at
not sure,
all.
but I think I'm straight because,
Oh no.
you know,
What did you do, sir? Oh, I
I
had
think
sex
so.
with a guy. Oh. Okay.
Oh, so she's friends
Well, I
with.
got news for you, buddy. That means you're gay.
Yeah. Did the balls touch?
You just struck a man off just once. just once
not-
and suddenly you're gay.
Oh God.
Like how did that commence? Was it did you penetrate him? Did he penetrate you? Did you suck his dick?
I have
We're
relationships
talking
with women
levels of gay
and
here.
sex with men.
I never got into a car accident. I just slammed my vehicle into his other vehicle. That's that's just a thing you do.
I set a house on fire once. Does that make me an arsonist?
Having homosexual sex doesn't mean you're homosexual.
It's all a social construct.
Yeah, if I just construct it as homosexual sex, it means I'm heterosexual. That totally is right now because I said so.
Yeah, I just pulled the trigger. I didn't mean to kill the guy. The bullet actually did the job. I didn't know that was going to happen.
I might jack off to furry porn, but that doesn't make me a furry, you know?
This teacher was fucking a kid, but like, well, she can be minor attracted. Come on.
Oh no,
She was just feeling like that. She was in the spectrum.
her vagina was minor coated. That's how that works.
Minor coated.
Oh no.
He felt like the same age at the time when he did it, so it wasn't actual pedophilia.
Oh God. Anyway, here's our next
Putting labels
donation
on things, guys.
from.
Guys, what's wrong with you? You're putting labels
Oh
on
yeah,
things.
that's right. We can't do
It's
that.
all social construct. You can't do that.
Adolf,
Nothing's real.
Mr. Adolf Klittler. How's he doing today? All right. I know she's Austrian, is she? But she also kind of sounds like she's doing a really shitty Boston accent. Characters. Also, remember, everybody, the Holocaust, much like sexuality, is a social construct. Me inside of your house with the big knife is a social construct. Yeah, okay.
I am legally not allowed to comment on that.
Oh, God.
What are your thoughts of this, Whisp?
Death is a social
Holocaust.
I am legally not allowed to comment on that.
We are still at war with Eurasia. It's okay. All right. All right, we are.
Thought Oceania. What happened? Did I not get the memo?
It must have happened last
We're
minute.
halfway done. That's
Oh,
awesome.
we've always been allied.
See, that's
with
the
Oceania.
magic of 1.25 speed. It sounds natural enough, but it's just faster. I do this for every single Moist Critical video, I swear.
People still watch him? Oh my God.
I tried.
Nostalgia correct video? What?
Yeah.
I did try.
It's like, oh, it's a bum, and he's talking about stuff like, why would I don't know. Anyway, people.
He's not as dumb as Kavanagh.
Well, that's a
he seems
little.
very-
That's a low
That's
bar.
a special category.
That
And
is.
stop labeling
Yeah,
people.
That's insulting to Mr.
Stop
Moist
labeling
Critical.
people.
Come on, that's. Why would you ever compare
He
anyone?
looks very similar and he talks very similar.
No. There's something
He just talks
psychologically wrong with Cavernacle. We can't quite.
I
Figure
mean,
it
I
out.
mistook the other guy for. I mistook Cavernacle for Critical for a moment at one point.
Alright, guys,
The actual proof that I'm right.
All right. Well, anyway, let us continue.
One cigarette in your life and never again. Are you a smoker? I was like, whoa. Oh, you're right.
Loosely, yeah.
You want to
That
equate those
blew her
things.
mind.
About himself. No, it wasn't
So
about.
So if
his
you only once
love
kill,
for life.
if you only once in your life kill a Jew because you hate the Jew, that doesn't make you an anti-Semite because it was only once.
So trying.
Her logic is
Thank you, Wiz, for
flawless.
coming up with that.
Yeah, trying confectionaries,
sacrifice.
trying alcohol, putting things in your mouth and going, I wonder what that experience is like for food or recreational drugs or anything like that. There's a world of difference between that and having penetration, I think. There's a little
Yes,
little
yes,
difference.
because there is a thing in humans, especially in men, that creates repulsion, disgust,
Midichlorians.
maybe midichlorians, but the natural male human reaction to male homosexuality is disgust. You cannot just try this out once
Yeah, it's
if you
like
have this disgust reaction.
You mean you're referring to that study that apparently is like watching maggots is like what most heterosexuals experience when they see like gay people kissing. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
in
I
order
read
to
about
have
it, and that's exactly what I feel every time.
Yeah, and in order to have homosexual sex as a man, you need to lack that disgust reaction.
Well, let's not talk about the amygdala too much, or else my head's gonna hurt. Anyway,
Is it gonna grow?
it'll grow, meaning my disgust will increase. It'll decrease if there's nothing there. So maybe I become numb. I don't know. It's possible.
Just think about cheese, Smud.
Oh, I don't have to think about it. I'm living it. It's the dream, baby. I am just in happy world every lunchtime. Not every day, but every other day. Beer, cheese, bread. It's just carb heaven. Anyway, once a few times a week. Not every day.
I miss that.
I gotta put on the pounds, baby. I gotta work out. Anyway, yeah, we're not going too fast. Let's crank this up. Let's go faster.
What speed are we going?
1.5, baby. We are rooting for the ceiling here.
Oh, now she's gonna become native speaker.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, she's Swedish. All right, let's go.
That was the entire conflict, because Griffith himself didn't know why the fuck he was so hung up about Guts. Even when Guts asked him, why? Why are you risking your own life, your own dream for my sake? Why are you doing these really risky things for me? Not even Griffith could answer him. He was like, yeah, I wonder why.
When did that happen? The very first time when he's needs to be a rear guard, and he needs to go on the horse because they are trying to siege that castle. That's when I remember Griffith is rushing by himself to just save Guts, but he gives a very clear answer to that. I just can't recall right now. Let me pull up the manga.
Yeah, who is he fighting? Who is Guts fighting? It was what's his name?
No one. A bunch of raiders, and that's when Griffith rushes in. But there's a better example, when they face Zod for the very first time, and Guts is basically fucked. So
Right.
Griffith needs to join in because there's they lost a platoon of men fighting this monster, and the Guts needs to inspect what the hell is happening, and Griffith needs to join them, and the both of them manage to take down a part of Zod. I think it's his arm, but he just overpowers them easily. That was one of the scenes that Guts doesn't understand why did Griffith rush to his help. But other than that, I can't remember.
With the raider scene, what I remember from that is that Griffith did that for group morale reasons. One, that is strategy for his band, because he needs to keep that up. He can't abandon his people. And he had, when Guts joined, he had learned that Guts might be one of his most important officers.
Yeah.
And it would be foolish to just lose him to something so petty.
That was my reasoning with that weird guy. That I kept telling him that Griffith simply sees the strategic advantage in Guts. He's just so versatile in his army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But no, it's because Griffith knew at the bottom of his heart that he secretly was in love with Guts.
What
he just wants to get pounded by him.
I guess you want
bit of man meat.
I guess you could say he wanted to pound his guts out.
Well, yeah, I was going to reiterate.
That was what the eclipse was about.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I was going to reiterate that we have the definition from Griffith why he feels this way about a friend is, and Guts is the best friend he's, or supposedly as a result of Guts not betraying but going away and seeking his own path. And that was kind of an obvious thing, what happens. Oh, Guts figures it out, because that's what Griffith thinks is what a friend is, and Guts is yeah, I want to do that. I want to do my own thing, and he does that. Yeah. You're like, oh,
and then it's wrong. It's a double bind.
Yeah. And then he starts singing, "You have a friend in me."
Oh my gosh, no!
You got a friend. It's all playing during.
No, that's exactly the thing. It's a double bind. If you can't be his friend if you don't fulfill it, and if you fulfill it, he hates you for daring to leave his control.
He has a very high bar for being his friend, but you can imagine that bar to be someone Griffith loves is so high, it basically is non-existent because he's so much of a narcissist.
Can only be fulfilled by himself.
Yes, exactly.
Put a finger on it. He couldn't define it. And he knew that if he paid attention to that feeling towards Guts, he would stray from his path, and then all the sacrifices that he had made so far would be for nothing. So he chose to ignore those feelings, but he wasn't really successful in repressing them, you know?
What kind of headcanon is this?
A guy who has a goal to like conquering the world and having his own kingdom doesn't really think about having gay sex as his priority. That can crush
He
his
saw Guts as this, well, obviously as the friend ideal.
It's an excellent tool.
Yeah, as his best pawn, his strongest little piece of the chessboard.
Sharpest tool in his shed. Yeah.
That's a different analogy, but yes, I know what you mean.
The shape of an
Like
animal
onions.
forehead.
Okay.
Dream, like his entire life, when he repressed them and couldn't hold his sorrow in when Guts left him. He didn't know what to do with himself. He didn't know who the fuck he was anymore.
Really?
So
He pretty
the
much
eclipse was his final straw. He was like, yeah, okay, if I can't... Like, he already said goodbye to his dream when he was rescued from the castle, from the dungeon. From the dungeon. He let go
And
of
it
the
still
flowers that
didn't
were given
humble
him. He
him.
basically buried his dream. But when he overheard Casca and Guts talking that he's going to leave again, and Griffith realized, yo, I'm nobody, and my man is leaving me now. And Casca is not my loyal
Man.
follower anymore. She wants to leave with
My
him too.
man.
And just decides to stay with me because she feels sorry for me because I'm weak now.
Sorry.
Like a woman. Then he decides to basically run away from these conflicting feelings and imagine that he still has a chance.
No, before that, he tries to rag rape her
Yes.
by asserting dominance as a I don't know, band-aid. But what is he even in that state?
He's a mummy.
He's a rag. He's literally a blanket in the wind. And he fails to assert dominance. He still tries to assert dominance in this state. That's how deranged he is. This whole thing, this whole torture, going through absolute hell and being cast away by the world, did not humble him. This man cannot be humbled. He is incapable
king.
of learning, incapable
Until
of
he
growth.
falls into that. He's like, yeah. Should I just fucking kill
Blade.
myself? This is going nowhere. I had the choice. Either to be a cripple and be cared for by a woman that I looked down upon my entire life, or because she pities me, or I kill myself. And then when he got like the bailiff, then they were like, yeah, you can sacrifice everyone here to at least achieve your original dream of becoming king again. You're gonna be a god. He was like, yeah, fuck it. I can't have Guts.
He would have done that anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah, fuck it, huh?
So tragic. You should feel so bad for Griffith.
He got a get out of jail free card from the heavens. He has nothing else going for him. Well, aside from his crippled body, of course he's gonna hit the go button. What do you think he's gonna do? Just like, nope, I love my band. I'm gonna keep them safe. I'm gonna die for them. Really?
What if he loved
That's
Guts
what
so
a hero
much?
would have done.
Yeah.
If
A
he
hero
loved
would have
Guts so much,
rejected. Yeah,
Yeah.
a hero would have rejected the worse than Faustian deal.
exactly.
And that's what I said last time. All the demon stories that we see, all of them have the demons that got slays. All of them have a sliver of humanity left in them. All of them have more humanity than Griffith ever had as a human. That's why he could be part of the God Hand, because he never had any humanity to begin with.
Yeah.
Cripple now. This bitch is pitying those powers. Give me another chance at my dream of becoming a king again. At least I have that. So it wasn't just that he was heartbroken about himself. He was heartbroken in so many ways, especially towards Guts. Guts was
So how long was he incarcerated? Like for a year, right? He was pretty much.
A better part of the year, yes.
Yeah. So he's he's losing all his body mass. He's getting tortured, but he's hard.
All of his tendons got cut.
Yeah, but he's-
along with his tongue.
But he's pining for Guts. This is what's really on his mind right now. He's like, oh, that guy who fought me a duel and left. I can't feel my legs, but yeah, that guy.
It was like that's like literally like what happens in the chapter. Like all his mind is occupied in that darkness is that Guts. like he hates Guts, and at the same time, like he doesn't understand like why that happened, because like he doesn't understand like why is he feeling like this. But like the first reaction when Guts wants to hold Griffith is that he tries to strangle him. And then
That's
the moment,
right, yeah.
and then the moment like Guts starts crying, he lets go of it, because like he gets conflicted. Like maybe like a speck of humanity is still inside Griffith to reconsider. Like, hey, Guts is maybe like a cool guy, but no, like in the end, like he just gives up. He gives up everything
to get wings.
Yeah, give me wings.
I can sacrifice all of my friends, people who supported me, my quasi-family, to get wings. Yeah.
9 minutes and a half. We're doing very well.
Loved him, but he didn't want to realize it. He didn't want any energy on that love because he was scared that if he realized it was love, and he wanted to...
Really? He was scared.
Romance. He was scared of the romance.
He's a skeleton. I'm scared of loving a man. You're scared of breathing the next 2 seconds. What are you talking about? Your ribs are sticking out of your body.
Girl ever.
I'm scared of loving a man. It's like, are you a first world problem waiting to happen? Let's throw you in a dungeon for 8 months and see how you do. I wish I had a boyfriend.
Where is she reading this shit? Like fanfiction.net? Or...
Yeah, that's where I'm guessing. It sounds like some community speak, you know, like when there's like a fandom and they're like super immature, or it's like oh, Todoroki really loved, you know, that fire and ice guy. Wait, that is Todoroki. He really loved...
He loves his brother. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
You know what I'm talking about. Todoroki really loves
splitting.
Deku, and he just wanted to like get fucked by him so badly. You could see in episode 3 he looks at him and they share the same frame and they share a handhold maybe. It's, you know, that kind of talk.
Oh, God.
that came out of nowhere.
You know, the fandom speak.
Are we watching a
Fandom
Neuralities
speak.
video? What's going
Yeah.
on? All right. Oh.
Something like that.
Well then, let's talk about our favorite anime. No, let's not do that. Yeah, this is if we gave her an ingrown toenail, I think her priorities would change very quickly. So torture does lots of things to your body, and the amount of torture for the amount of time that Griffith was under it is so debilitating. You're just going to go crazy. Like I would not take anything in that little frame of reference as this is how he's really feeling. This is what he's really like. Like, okay, if you say so. I'll put you in a hospital bed for a week.
Year. Yeah. Like in that year of torture, the muscle tendons were severed. So they basically like it made him
They got
unable
ruined.
to
He's
move.
helpless.
He's
It's
been
the
helpless on the concrete floor for hours at a time, just with nothing but his pain and his thoughts. They've been feeding him barely enough just to keep him alive, but not enough to nourish him. There was also a panel where the guy says, you and I, we were like husband and wife in there. So there's an implication that he raped him, basically, as part of the torture. And he's been through all modes of torture, and now in this period of time, he has known no human kindness. And who he is already is lacking of human kindness and of human love. But in this time, it's emptied him out so much that it's like he can justify selling his friends out to demons and having them all slaughtered for his own benefit. What have they ever done for me?
Yeah.
You know, I've given them everything. Guts left me. Screw it. I want wings.
I don't think the kindness argument is that relevant because he didn't really have that to begin with.
That's what I said.
It was all he did was transactional. What he really lost in that what was really torture, because like
Virginity.
yes, the rape in general was irrelevant, but what it meant was he couldn't move him by himself. he couldn't even talk. He could not even use that in order to exert control over anyone. He had no means of control over anyone. That was all taken away from him. Not just he hadn't just lost the control over Guts, but over existing as an individual.
Darkness.
He was the opposite of what he became the opposite of what he wanted to be.
He did.
And in the eclipse, when we see his past, his childhood, we see that he was always like this. He was like this as a child. He walked over corpses at all times. There was no other Griffith. There was no kindness in him.
Well, there was kindness that was always that on the outside seemed like kindness, but they always had an ulterior motive of his own selfish gain. But in that time, it was
Passionate.
Sorry, that was my fault. In that time, basically, there was no kindness for the sake of selfishness. It was just unselfishness. That was it. And
Well, he
he didn't have to put up this act anymore. He didn't have to put up this act anymore of kindness to get people to rally behind him and actually like him. He just full out sold everyone out for his own gain. You were right. There was no old Griffith, and what I actually meant was like the kind things that he did. For instance, he saved Casca, for instance, but only so she can join his band. He, took Guts in, but not for Guts' benefit, only to join his band. Everything that he's ever done for everyone else appeared kind, but they always had the ulterior motive of selfishness.
Yeah.
For himself.
And when the Behelit brought him the offer to sacrifice everyone to gain everything, there was no need for any feigned kindness.
No.
It was just, I can take everything. Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. He spared no expense. It was the real Griffith.
And I don't get why people like her don't get it. Maybe that's why they keep running to abusive guys.
Oh, ouch.
Like
I wonder
us.
what her relationship is like now.
All
That's
right.
our problem.
We are almost at the 10-minute mark, and we can keep going because I think we're going to get there very quickly.
I think we can finish this video. Yeah.
Let's do it.
And pursue that love, he would have to give up on his dream and therefore give up on all the hard work he had.
He's a
put himself through
skeleton.
and others through until then, and he would basically lose his reputation. So I don't think he was.
Oh,
ready for
no,
it.
His reputation.
What kind of reputation do you have after raping a princess?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
He's thrown
After
in
all of
jail.
The band would have
his
had
his own decision, by the way.
The band would have, after all Griffith did, from their point of view, for them, the band would have had absolutely no trouble to nourish Griffith until the end of his natural life.
Yeah.
They would have put up with him almost as a living god.
Like they were like confused, like where to go now. But like Casca like gave hope back to them. Like even after they got transported to the Eclipse world, like Casca was still capable of like grouping them together and like ordering them around. So if they are willing to follow her, then I don't think like they would have problems to like still have Griffith around.
What an odd argument. My reputation might change. Like, what?
My reputation, like, why are they gonna think about me after I just like?
Well, that is a narcissistic thought.
Anyway.
Who gives a shit about reputation in that situation?
Yeah, even
Like she would be like a complete like simp for like the Neo Band of the Hawk. Like, she would be like kind of like Sanya from the new chapters.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, he was gay. I'm saying all these things instead.
which is what?
All these things that I elaborated right now. I'm not saying, he's gay.
Narcissist.
Labeling Dunn, that explains Griffith's entire character. No, it does not. It really does not.
So does he want to have sex with Guts or not? What are you trying to say? Like what is this? He loves Guts. Okay, fair. In what capacity? Well, he's not gay. Okay, then what way?
It's a spectrum, Smud.
A spectrum of
Like
love.
we have at the beginning.
We start with tea parties. We go to sex.
We have the left side, which is Rickard, and on the right we have Donovan.
Oh yeah, that's the range. The guy who says nothing compared to the guy who doesn't shut up. Oh dear.
The feeling of betrayal and the complexity of jealousy his character has built. Anyway, yes, his love for his land, reputation, and Guts. Yes, and another thing that I have to mention, is everyone loves Griffith for that. Griffith Femto. They think like he's such a complex character.
Nobody loves.
Wait! You jumped from Griffith to Femto. What are you talking about? We still like
nobody. Griffith loves nobody, and nobody loves Femto.
After the eclipse, don't think we think
the thing
of
that people love. The thing that people love is the illusion Griffith has created about himself. That is what narcissistic and psychopathic abusers do. They create a fake image of themselves, an illusion, a mask, and they make people fall in love with that so that they never see the monster, and even if they see glimpses of the monster, they will excuse that.
Yes.
They do. Nobody loves Griffith. Everybody loves the illusion of Griffith.
Yeah, and it becomes even more apparent when like those remnants of the Midland nobles are just blindly following Griffith post-eclipse. Because like he has like this human mask that he puts on for the crowd, but like in reality he just doesn't care about any of those people. He just wants an empire for himself. That's all he cares about.
In Falconia it's even more extreme because everybody sees him as this divine figure.
Yes.
When his real image, which we sometimes glimpse, is the demon Femto.
Yeah.
Like I keep forgetting the name of the emperor.
Geyserk?
No, Ganishka?
Ganishka, yeah. Kushan.
When he goes into his super ego state, the third
tree?
eclipse. Yeah, basically the third eclipse. Griffith lands as his divine figure, but then we see him instantly as Femto.
Yes.
Because it's a ruse. Griffith's divine appearance is a ruse, and it is the most clear metaphor you can give for this idea that everybody's in love with the illusion.
All right, we're almost at 11 minutes. 2-minute mark.
It just dawned on me just now, before you do that. It just dawned on me just now, during the eclipse, if Guts was really what he wanted, because he was gay, right? Wouldn't he have raped Guts, just gone for that ass straight away?
Yeah.
Instead of having to do this whole roundabout thing of like, oh, I got the power, oh, great Casca, oh, I'm gonna kill you all, oh, I'm gonna do all this.
It's the same,
right?
but in reverse.
Just take what he wants. That's what he does. But in this hoe's head, like, he's just some scorned gay lover. You know, we have to feel bad for Griffith. No. You're dumb. She's got Mentos for brains.
He's become a dark god. He can do what the fuck he wants. If he cared about doing that, he would do it.
Exactly.
He has the wings
she
for
does not
it.
get that.
All right.
The wings of destiny.
Here we go.
He could have done it after
You can't forgive
Guts
him.
killed the
You
Slug
can't
Hound.
understand why he's the antagonist, and you hate him, but you also love him as a character, right? And there's even some people who are like,
You
oh,
already
Griffith did
said that
nothing wrong.
5 times already.
And the others, oh,
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you make excuses for him if for the well-written bad character, evil character. That doesn't mean you make excuses for him and project your own weird femme fantasy nonsense on him. Those are different things.
I have a
I
question.
can have respect for the writing of this character. I don't love Griffith as a villain because he's horrible. He's a horrible person. He's well written. I love
He
the
is
writing,
well
but I hate Griffith. That's how you
Yes.
should face this.
I have one question, though.
Yeah.
what do you think her takes on Killing Stalking is? Do you think she's read? I definitely bet she's read Killing Stalking. Do you know Killing Stalking?
When did that come out?
I only know Panty and Stalking.
Panty and Stalking is great, but this is different. Killing Stalking is it's a webtoon basically, and it's between a serial killer and his victim, and his various torture methods for this victim, and some of them are sexual assault. But a whole crowd of teenage girls just came in and they were like, "Oh, they're gay! Oh my gosh, it's gay love! Oh my gosh!" And they just drool every single time because it's in the victim's head. The story's in the victim's head and how he's being psychologically manipulated to stay in the serial killer's house. And he like the serial killer breaks his ankles so that way he can't leave. And he's like his handmaid basically. He humiliates him at every single turn. But what keeps him going is the idea that I can change him. I can change him. So of course all the 14-year-olds were drooling over Killing Stalking. It's a horrendous comic. I had to stop it quite a couple times. Like Berserk, like that's extreme, but Killing Stalking, like I had to stop. I had to be in a particularly bad mood to read Killing Stalking.
It sounds
Berserk
too
is
edgy
more
for
like
that.
Berserk's more like a classic epic tragedy. But can we use fiction like that? What you just told about this webtoon to lure these insane girls into a sanatorium and then lock them away so that we can, I don't know, improve humanity?
That's a fantastic idea.
Oh, they
I'm
are
all for
already
it.
locked away on fanfiction.net.
I only have fantastic ideas. I'm German.
We have the Canadian wilderness for that solution, but yeah, that's good too.
Brother, you're Canadian?
Well, on good days. On bad days, I eat all the maple syrup, so I don't want to know that I'm Canadian then. Anyway.
Imagine waking up and remembering you're Canadian. That's got to be miserable.
Oh, God, I served the Queen. What's going on?
It could be worse.
We're no longer part of the UK? Oh, no.
You could wake up and realize you are Quebecois.
And our debt is gigantic, but we have excellent wines and beers. Yeah, that's true. We just keep drinking. Everything's good. Don't worry about it. Anyway, 2 minutes. This is 2 minute mark.
Don't worry, Smut. More years of Trudeau, and you won't need to worry about drinking.
It's going to be another year and a half. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Imagine waking up in the morning and remember, Justin Trudeau, he's my prime minister. Oh.
And my brother.
We had 16 years of Angela Merkel. That was similar.
Oh, yeah. I know the feeling.
16 years!
16 years.
If only she dressed up as
I'm sorry.
I don't know, maybe a dominatrix, that would do it. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Angela Merkel?
Well, either that or blackface. So what would you do?
Oh, my God.
Same thing.
Oh, no,
I'm just trying to give you a heads up on what I'm going through.
Now I have head cinema. Thank you.
Maybe she had
Very sorry for what you're going through.
sexual abuse
Canadian.
allegations and 3 ethics violations and losing his wife, who then got remarried like 2 weeks later. All this crazy shit. Anyway.
No, I need to read the Eclipse to wipe my mind off this horrible imagery.
I know.
Okay, let's continue.
I'm gonna get my drinking box thingy right now. Here we go.
Anyway, and Griffith is fuck him in a second, but then
What?
Okay, so she shot down the thing that I was going to make a joke of by saying that.
Let's try this again.
Jesus.
and Griffith is such a hot in a second, but then I have a problem with people who say that about Griffith, but then look at Makima and are like, "No, this is a stupid bitch."
But
I think that's just misogyny because
how's that misogyny?
because Makima is just as complex, just as hateable, but also just as tragic.
Really?
There's no tragedy.
Tragic.
There's no
I
tragedy.
mean, Chainsaw Man is pretty good, but like Makima is like nowhere near as complex as Griffith.
Oh my God.
The only
it's-
character in
She
all
only-
of Berserk who is definitely 100% not tragic is Griffith.
Whisp,
That's
Yes.
the whole fucking point of the story.
It's just misogyny that you question the fact of mocking putting men on chains and treating them like animals. But okay, I guess
you can at least you can make an argument that like Griffith like maybe like had a hard time at the beginning to like get the bands together from literally nothing. But other than that, like he had like natural talents for such things, like offering his twin body for sex.
Dude, fuck his twink body.
Twin body, yes.
I was gonna make
was knighted.
I was
But,
gonna
like-
make a joke because up until that part, I was gonna just say, "Oh, I bet her boyfriend is wild." You know, pun intended.
Wild.
But no, after that thing, no, she's just more demented than the character I was gonna say. Thanks, lady. You killed my joke.
It must be an Idolmaster reference.
Oh,
I don't get how, in her mind, either Makima or Griffith are
Makima is
tragic at all.
fucking enslaving piece of shit. She gives no shit about who she's near.
I feel like if she knew Hitler's backstory of being rejected at art school, she would call him a tragic character.
That's
And
what
how
I
she
was
was-
thinking as well.
And how Hitler was bullied as a child, and a Jewish girl rejected his advance. Those things happened. Those
He
things
had
happened.
a dream. He had a dream of being a painter.
Yeah, and then he only
castles.
He's
and then he
such a
only
tragic
euthanized
character.
80,000 German children to build his Falconia. He only wanted to build Utopia.
Oh
He
my
had an
god.
account on Fur Affinity, and everyone laughed at him.
Oh my god, Griffith is literally Hitler.
Yes,
Yes.
actually, yes.
And because Austrians.
Okay, we are at the
Of
12-minute
course,
mark.
the Austrian girl would defend the bloody psychopath.
Oh, hey.
Always get the bad rap, but look where all these lunatics come from.
It's all that cake and beer talking. Okay, let's keep
We're
going.
just the dumb people who take him in.
Okay. Well, I said
Germans.
we're at the last 2 minutes, so this is when things get wild. So let's not try to keep talking about the people that are unrelated to this topic of conversation. So here we go.
Okay, so I don't understand why you would say a Griffith, like you would go gay for Griffith, but you would like kick Makima in the face. Like stay
It's
away from
totally
me.
just
You're reacting
statements
one
that
way towards
nobody
a male
made.
character and another way towards a female character that both have the same functions, basically.
She
What's she
treats
talking
male
about?
characters like shit, though. That's the funny part. Is she goes, "Stay away from me." No, stay away from me at that point.
What does she?
You're the crazy.
Maybe the women who are hot for Griffith, who have the hots for Griffith, feel intimidated by Makima as competition.
Well, I'm kind of curious
You
what
are
she means.
entertaining her argument here? Like,
No. She just doesn't. No, she just does. Assuming, giving her the benefit of the doubt that there are girls who are like that. That would be the logic behind that she doesn't grasp. They have the hots for Griffith.
there's a lot
but
this woman does not grasp.
I'm kind of curious what she means
Say that
by
right now.
they serve the same function. Does that mean like in a story there's a villain?
Like
or-
they're both the antagonists. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, that's like
redeemable
Yeah.
psychopaths
like
that
what,
should not get any
Yeah.
pity or compassion or second chances.
do they?
Or 15th
It's, like,
chances.
so different.
chances.
Like even on the base level.
Yeah, do they generate conflict to the protagonist? Is it something like they're the main target of the plot? Like, what do you mean they serve the same function? That's kind of like
Makima is like both characters basically manipulate the main character, because like Griffith is manipulating Guts to like just stay with the band for like as long as possible, but the trust between them is like more natural than like what Danji experiences with Makima, because like Makima is like so obviously manipulating Danji to just stay, and when surprise when the wheel is broken and you can see through like what she actually is, but like she just offs power with one touch basically. It's like when she's like brutally honest about her intentions.
But like, would she actually defend that? Oh yes, Makima actually had the hots for Denji.
Did she? Like,
I mean,
it was
like,
all
she's
about
like,
Chainsaw Man powers. That's all she
Yeah.
wants.
Yeah, but this girl, she's talking about like, oh, Griffith is tragic because she had the hots for Guts. And if Makima is basically in the same vein, is she calling her a tragic character because she fell in love with Denji? Hypothetically,
I have no clue.
She's
so confusing.
This is what your brain on fandom does.
We sure she didn't hypothetically fall in love with Pooch?
And add to that the complete inability to discern male friendship.
Like my issue is like I have been like following the Berserk community for so long, and I have never seen anyone making comparison between these two fandoms, like the Griffith and Makima. It's just because like Griffith is like so much more complex, but like it's because like the story has been going on for so much longer. And the other thing is that like Chainsaw is more like a random action than Berserk's story. It just you can't really compare the two. It's not even the same league.
They're both good stories in their own capacities, in their own genre, but
Absolutely.
it's I don't mind doing comparisons. It's just that what is the function? Like I don't see how that's going to help. And when you're in different genres to begin with, one's a dark fantasy, the other one's a modern fantasy, something or other. So it doesn't quite intersect very evenly. Outside of saying they're villains and they manipulate people, you're like, yeah, so there's lots of characters that do that. Every villain in a murder mystery manipulates people. So, I mean, what...
You could say that Jafar from Aladdin does that. You could say that Scar from The Lion King does that. Oh, Scar from The Lion King is just like Griffith. Come on now. This is
He just
this
has
is
to be
baby's
faster.
first,
Yeah, but
this is baby's first story analysis.
because they're villains and because they manipulate, you feel sorry for them and they're tragic. It's like, no, not really. Some of those characters in murder mysteries are outright crazy. They're not tragic at all. But, you know, if she sees some level of drama that I'm missing here, you gotta fill in the blanks. I don't mind that you think there's tragedy because, again, you can find it. You can find it in drama, but there has to be an actual backstory. There has to be a desire that's not fulfilled, something that's lost unfairly, and you have all this motivation. Great, go for it. Show me. But not finding
She thinks it is there. She thinks it is there because she takes Griffith's actions and words at face value.
Oh gosh,
that's
she
the
would
case.
absolutely be manipulated by Griffith,
If
wouldn't she?
that's the case, she realized that Griffith is a horrible person, that he was lying in the past. This was all set
She
up.
would not realize that ever. She wouldn't realize that in an abusive relationship.
Oh my gosh, that is scarily true. She absolutely would not.
How do we know she's not an abuser, judging by that fucking...
Yeah, the same inability.
One
Same
comment.
inability. Yeah, the same inability makes her likely to be an abuser. In her instance.
Oh jeez.
Well, at least
That's
go to
scary,
ego.
dude.
We'll go on the ego level, not necessarily physical violence, but you never know. Anyway,
Oh no, the psychological abuse is so much worse.
that's what I was going for.
Always.
Anyway,
Always.
one more minute, we're done.
Let's end this.
6. What's that?
What was the misogyny for her?
Cutie!
Nothing. Let's just go.
Adorable. Hold on. Oh no. Ah, cute! So cute. I love it. Mwah.
Is this it?
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
that's it. Thanks
That's it.
for... Wait, it says W. Wait, I want... Smud, we have to fin... I need to see what the W spells out.
Okay.
For watching. It's watching.
Alright, I'm done.
Mike.
I thought it was thanks for wasting time.
thanks for wasting a second of my life.
Thanks for your money.
Thank you for well-purchased nights where I can boil your blood later. Okay, anyway.
I'd say she looks better with her hair.
Ooh.
Thanks for the wings.
Let's get into the stream memes.
Okay, why not?
Oh, there's so many of them. Oh.
Oh no.
Dreamy.
What has happened?
We're saved.
Oh,
70.
All right.
Let me find the thing here.
Oh no.
At December at 5:16 p.m. Holy shit! I didn't think we were going that long.
Hello, the Count from Berserk. Hello, Leo Atreides II from Dune.
Leo Atreides.
Yeah, I know.
A new character I've never heard about.
Let's just skip over that part.
Cowboy Bebop.
I know what he's trying to
really
do.
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
That was really underwhelming, guy.
All the grammar.
I funny that co-watermark as well.
Well, maybe it's Leonidas Atreides. Who knows? That is not a meme. That's just a guy putting his face on top of another guy.
No, it's
Happy
kind of a
man.
meme.
Quits struggling.
I hate to sound stupid, but where is your stream memes?
The Smuds server, and then there's gonna be the Smudcast category, and then Smudcast stream memes.
Some of these memes are
Laughing face.
these are way too
And
small.
it starts from today,
go.
5 p.m. 16.
That's a really good.
Cool.
That's a really good
Thank you.
sketch of Guts. But instead of Guts, it's the girl from that show I never watched.
Oh, the Family Guy.
Lois?
Yeah.
The Family Guy. Oh dear. No more bananas. This ape only wants to see Griffith die.
Well, don't we all?
It's never gonna happen.
Josh from fucking drinking Josh's guts.
Hey, Casca, spell me. Okay, M-E. You forgot the D. There is no D in me. You're right, Casca. I'm sorry. Due to the abuse and neglect I suffered as a child, I never received a proper education.
Ah,
That's pretty good.
the Trump.
Oh my God. Jameson, Rorschach falls under the category of intended to hate characters, but unfortunately for Moore, people care about people trying. And then we have Eerie,
What's up?
either high or they find the concept of, Alan Moore and not understanding his own character.
Oh, these are people from LiteratureDevil stream, and they
Not from
recognize
ours.
me.
Yeah, they are the same people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was.
It is
They're just reposting the same memes as well.
How men should pursue women. Coach Fimoto. Fimoto?
Femoto.
Fimoto.
Sounds like a
No.
sounds like a some type of car you get in like 2016 or something.
It sounds like a disease.
Like one of those like not bargain, but one of those offshoot cell phones, like Moto GT, like the Moto.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Now mobile.
Fimoto. Yeah.
Berserk fans, when the final volume is just Guts and Griffith having
No.
I don't think
That's
that's
the wrong writers edit.
Yeah, I don't think
Will
that's
happen.
that's actually what the
That's gonna be the fangirls.
Audience
You
wants.
know it's gonna be the.
Be careful.
Guys, you're not gonna believe how Berserk ends. Ow!
I can't really think like an annoying like Berserk YouTuber right now because I just don't follow the community that much.
Twinks are evil and you should kill them. Wow, through the resilience of the human spirit, man can overcome anything. And he's looking at Guts with the
Oh.
Oh, you missed the
story-
point.
The point is Twinks are evil going over his head.
Hey Mike, thanks for the stream meme. This is where I would put my sympathy for Griffith if I had it.
If I had any.
Oh dear, I suffered. Why shouldn't they? I suffered, and I'll do my best to help people because of it. Well, after you figured that out, that took like a whole lifetime.
Nutshell.
I like that Fab Toy is doing this face.
Oh, that is not a picture I want to blow up.
What picture?
Both of them.
Good, they're so small.
Oh God!
Thankfully, they're too small.
It's Santa Griffith. What did you get, Casca, for Christmas? Oh, that's a nice way.
Wait,
That's not. It's not a present.
Zod is Romanian?
Yes. This is your typical Romanian.
Okay, sure. Oh dear.
I know my neighbors. Come on.
Punished Trump.
Oh dear, that's more, even more.
Or
rude.
that.
Oh, it's the same meme.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's fucking, it's Void SpongeBob,
Oh dear.
which is kind of funny to me.
That is what's her face?
Shirke.
Shirke.
That's the witch.
Yeah, that's the witch.
Oh, I didn't know her hair
And
color.
the little bearded snowman.
Oh,
She's meant
Crushed
to be
the
green.
snowman.
Yeah.
that's cute.
Crushed snowman for delicious.
Yeah.
There's no schnots in the image.
And
though.
is that Void, and the one on the right is what's her face?
Void.
Yes.
I can't remember their names.
I really like the SpongeBob. He's in bed and he's
Oh.
looking rather satisfied.
My equal would protect his dream against anyone, even if that person was myself. That's exactly.
Good night, Griffith.
I'm
Yeah.
sad. Oh, what the hell?
Red Bull.
Oh, that's not funny. Well, you should be drinking Red Bull. Sprite? What is a red can of Sprite?
No, it's Sprite Cranberry.
That's a thing?
Sprite Cranberry.
Want a Sprite Cranberry?
Have you ever heard the legend of cranberrysprite.com?
No.
No.
Have you ever heard of it? So basically, there was an ad that had, I think it was LeBron James. Don't make fun of me if I got that wrong. And he was basically doing the Sprite Cranberry. And someone made a domain name, SpriteCranberry.com. And you go to it, and it goes straight to a link to a YouTube video where a veterinarian is fingering a dog's ass.
Oh.
Oh no.
It's one of those
No.
gag websites that's like, oh, you could be in a sweepstakes to win a Sprite Cranberry.
There's no Sprite Cranberry at all.
I'm sorry, I'm just laughing at it.
Okay, that
Ruining
was
the
a
joke.
wonderful little bit of trivia there. I'm glad we learned about that. Okay. Oh, my dearest boy, Femto, smile for the camera, will you? Oh, dear. Okay.
Struggler. We need to talk about the hit game Among Us.
Why?
Okay.
That child, he is imperfect. Alright.
Charles Martinet. What did he do in Berserk?
What is happening? This is-
Someone was at it.
two very different things are happening on the screen right now.
I'm actually looking up if he was actually voicing a character in Berserk.
Oh, really?
No way.
Who do you play? Puck?
Oh, he played Count Julius.
Oh, wow.
What? Charles Martinet was...
Yes,
What? No.
That's awesome.
that can
is
be.
awesome.
Is that the English version, obviously, or not the European? Or...
The English, of course.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
he was the Japanese.
maybe he was in Europe one day and they got his roles mixed up. we got to get an
Here's the
Englishman.
Italian version. Here's the Italian version where he just goes, yeah, and that was his part.
Oh.
He said.
That's how Italians
He said,
do it.
"Wahoo!"
Wahoo!
I do know that like there was a crazy knight who was saying that like, oh, I'm gonna use the purple rhino technique, whatever. Like he had the voice of Dr. Eggman.
A Dawn?
Yeah, Don. Yeah, that's him. Like that's the guy who got killed by Casca.
Okay.
She looks like a fucking creepy doll.
She does. She really
Like, look,
does.
she has the fucking eyelashes. Her hair is in pigtails. These dead expressions.
There's no friendliness or joy in her face.
All right. More manga slices. What do you want from McDonald's? Borgar? What? Am I missing something?
I see.
Burger.
Burger. And then they're off to McDonald's.
Hamburger.
Is this like a recent thing? I heard recently that.
No, the Borger meme is old.
Okay, I thought this
Yeah,
was
it's
something
an old
recent
name.
because McDonald's just recently announced a new chain of restaurants called Cosmic. Is it Cosmic? Yeah, just Cosmic. Basically a drive-through.
Cosmic Horror? Is that what they're selling now on the burgers?
No, it's like a Sonic's meets a coffee shop.
Oh.
I've never seen it. I've never obviously gone to one.
No
Just
more
open.
Happy Meals?
It's open in Chicago. They have adult Happy Meals actually. That's new.
Oh, you mean millennial Happy Meal?
I don't know. I'm crying at Walmart and look at this horrifying thing. Why the hell would you make a Thomas the Tank Engine piggy bank that's still shaped like a pig? I'm losing it. Look at this nightmare spot. What?
I'm gonna blame Shiny for this.
Well, it's either Thomas the Piggy Bank or Thomas the Death Engine. Pick your poison, sir.
This is Shiny's childhood piggy bank.
No, like maybe like Thomas sacrificed someone. This is the form.
I want to be just his response. I want to be a pig, and this is his life now.
I want to be.
So
Whoever sent this tagged me and says, "Could give Shiny this for Christmas." Thank you. I certainly will.
This is back in 2022. I think Elon already bought Twitter by then. So
No, he did not.
he didn't. Was it April? I can't remember.
It was in May.
Okay, all right. Stop comparing me to Justin Trudeau. I had a budget. Well, Justin did have a budget. The problem was he promised that it would balance itself, which is kind of like saying, I'm going to take your money and I'll give it back at no time. No worries. It'll just magically happen.
Trust me, bro.
I'll suddenly have money to give back to you. And guess
I've
what?
watched all of
We went over budget.
Yep.
Every year.
Just print more.
I watched
Worked in Weimar.
Sorry.
Go on.
I watched
Sorry.
all of Short Fat Otaku's Tales of Trudeau videos,
Oh.
and it's
why?
amazing how screwed your country is.
Why would you do that to yourself? That's
Because I'm an American and they're not my problems.
I hear about it every day. I want to watch it.
They will be. They will be.
No, I can't do much to America. America's like Canada.
No. America will do that to itself.
It wishes to do that.
We only have to deal with a sleepy, like, geriatric for like less than a year now, like a couple months. That's it.
Oh, you
You're done.
believe that the puppet in front that they dangle around on strings is the problem? Okay.
Yes, that is the intention. Yes.
But then,
Now back to memes.
yeah, this fucking character. Just remember, it's misogynist to hate Makima. The one that fucking this image. Oh boy,
I did enjoy the was it Screw Attack or whatever the versus video on
Death Battle.
Death Battle. Thank you. Makima versus
It was
Gojo
by
Sensei.
Screw Attack, right? Like they made the series.
No,
They started.
Screw Attack's punk.
And
It started on Screw Attack. Yeah.
But no, they did a really good job with Gojo and versus Makima. I thought that was good. Oh, Canada. Yeah. That's a good outfit. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of seeing all these mix-ups. It's kind of silly.
Oh, that's a great Puck statue.
Okay.
I'm really liking that Christmas one with Guts and Casca. Their Christmas card.
Hey, Casca, doing this again?
The drill. I'll help you spell.
Oh,
no.
and then there's Griffith. I'll help you spell.
ifunny.co.
Thanks, iFunny.
All right, we're done. We're good.
No, you missed the Dr. Eggman.
I put it on
Dr.
screen.
Eggman.
There's nothing to
Yeah,
say.
for 1 second that was enough.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. As she is so nicely put at the end of her video, which I don't know if that's something you want to think of when you listen to her. Watching her construct what was that? She put something together. It was a chainsaw.
Those toys, yeah. Like she's completely
Androids?
unbiased by her opinions, by the way.
I think they're called Nendroids or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The Japanese Funko
I thought-
Pops.
I thought Nendoroids had somewhat better proportions than those things.
Well, that was. I mean, these videos I don't mind going through because they're so simple, and they're not too crazy. They're not too offensive. They're not too in one direction. And the last one was consumable. We didn't go crazy, but it was just so silly because it was just one note, and she just kept going on and on. So yeah, we can keep watching her. I don't
You
mind.
should have put it at 1.25 speed next time.
Yeah, no, that was a good
Mhm.
idea. I think you can still listen to her pretty much the
Yeah,
same.
she starts sounding like a normal person.
Maybe she's some caffeine in her life. I don't know. That might do the job. Or a boyfriend. That'll wisen her up. Jeez. Anyway, that was Anime Monday, guys. That was not bad. And it's a busy week, so I don't know when's the next time we're gonna come together to watch videos. But it could happen tomorrow. Could happen Friday. Don't know. It's a busy week for me. But everyone's life is different. Everyone's family is different. I don't know if you guys are celebrating Christmas or whatever. What is it? Chinese? What was that festival going on? I'm trying to remember. I know it's the Year of the Dragon next year. So
The Tiananmen Square thing?
What?
probably not.
Oh.
Probably not a
Okay.
celebration. But yeah. There's lots going on with other ethnicities. I just can't say. I just haven't looked at the calendar. But yeah, it's not Christian month. That's what I learned in Canada this week or last week. Actually.
What are you learning in Canada?
Yeah, we
very
couldn't. There was all these other months dedicated to various ethnicities and countries and heritages and histories, but nope, can't have December for Christians. Can't do it. So, yeah, that's the federal government in Canada for you. Anyway, everyone's doing well.
Is it like a third, what is it, Pride Month? It's the,
That's April or March. Can't remember.
I know that's June, but like, there's like a Pride Month, there's like a
Yeah,
Trans Day of Remembrance month,
you
I
could
think.
you could search it on Google. The Jews share it with the Chinese apparently, so the same month.
What?
Yeah,
Seriously?
Okay.
yeah, they do in Canada.
Are you
at least.
for real?
Yeah, I'm not joking. So we got a bunch of weird months in Canada, but nothing for Christians in December. Which is,
No jolly grandpa bringing gifts to children month.
you'd think the other European community would be like, yeah, we don't care. Sure, go ahead. We do that too.
There's like Native American Remembrance Month or some crud like that.
Yep, definitely one of those. Again, I don't remember them all, but it came up because the vote was
Sounds
counted.
kind of one-sided and bigoted.
We got to appease all the blacks and the Chinese and the gays, but Christians,
Why,
no, they don't put up a fuss. So
That's their entire problem.
yeah, they're so nice. Anyway,
One day we will bring the crusade to Canada, Smud, and then you can join us.
yeah, light all the maple trees on fire. Like, oh, who's gonna miss those things? I don't know.
The image of Christ. I can see it in the maple syrup.
Oh. Yeah, well, it'll definitely make Carnival in winter in Quebec
The Lord will accept my
a
sacrifice.
lot different. Yeah. Fire and sugar. What a great idea. Anyway, thank you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Keep the suggestions coming, and we'll try and get something maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. We're not sure. It'll be a busy week either way, and hopefully get enough sleep to do so, and we can recuperate. Hey, we might even do a Maggie May video. We never know. It might happen.
What? No.
No, you're going in the Maggie zone.
Yeah, once a month, we're good, but not all the time. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
You too.
Good night.
Bye bye.